Right.
There was method to the madness.
There was method to the madness. However, 63 laps of racing now await us. And I can't wait.
Let's see what the weather's going to be like. That'll be interesting.
Get yourself comfortable, fellas. We're in for at least 83 minutes of racing, or potentially on. And that is overcast. I reckon it's going to be a dry to wet race. Speaking of dry to wet, that's how I got my first ever podium in CRL. After a very... Do you remember that, mate, when I called that very late game tyre change?
What race was that?
Imola.
I genuinely can't remember that one.
Was it you or Harry then? If it was not with you, it may have been when Harry was my teammate. I know it was with one of you.
What car were you in at the time?
It was either a Ferrari or an Alfa Romeo. I think it may have actually been the Alfa Romeo, so I think it was with Harry, to be fair.
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah, Harry's just confirmed it was him, so yeah. That was my second season.
Fun fact, I was also Alfa Romeo of Harry.
Harry's never been in another team but Alfa Romeo, by the way, so I think he's just... I think he's happy at the minute to be in a different car that isn't Alfa Romeo. Youngs, you are quite right. You were talking to me acting as my Doc Hudson, as I like to call you. But anyway,
Ferrari last season.
We are now just waiting for the drivers to decide their strategy. Formation lap waits above us, so it is 30 seconds now. That's all they do have to decide their fuel load and obviously strategy.
It was season 6.
It was season 6 because I started in season 5. Season 5 was my maiden. Fun fact, me and Atomic, who's racing, we had a Max Lewis relationship in season 5. Since then, obviously, we have kissed and made up. I wouldn't say we're the firmest of friends, but we do give each other a lot of support, which is the main thing. So let's face it, you're going to have a bit of a tiff. You're going to have some scraps with your drivers, because obviously in the heat of the moment, you'll see things you don't really mean. But
yeah, the Discord chats certainly do pop off after a race.
Right, so let's take a look at the tyres and see who's going with what. So, there's only one driver that's going with the softs to begin with, and that's Veloci, who starts down in P14. And then it's very mixed between the hards and the mediums. Obviously, possibly that they might think that the rain might be coming, so the hard lap tyres may be surviving, going for a one-stop possibly. But obviously, naturally, this track is a two-stop track, if I remember correctly anyway.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you in your simulations. It's literally coming now, one stop or a two stop.
Or two. But obviously, I reckon the hard drivers, they're going to be going for a hard to inters. If that rain is coming, potentially see it out by just doing that one stop. So might not be a bad call. But then again, safety cars could shake it all up. There is... Oh, and we've got a spin from Jerome.
Certainly warm up the tyres, that.
No, that will not help. Luckily, Ghosting is on, so he's not hindering his teammate. This is how, ladies and gentlemen, how baby F1 cars are made, or as I like to call them, F2 cars. But no, the drivers are going round. I am on board with Jerome, who is obviously supposedly leading the formation lap, but that currently goes to Chris.
Obviously, you've got Spinner in the back as well.
And that'll be the Aston Martin, and a Mercedes has spun as well.
Oh, God. So talk us through, when you do an outlap, are you one of those that likes to weave, or what do you do? Do you like to break traction?
I like to weave. I like to weave when I'm doing mine. I get a lot more comfortability out of when I'm weaving. When I do fraction, I don't normally get my tyres at speed when I do that. So when I'm weaving, I can normally get the tyres up. Well, as you know, with those practice sessions we've had, our launches are quite on par with each other, let's face it.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a dancing bull. Oh, one of the Mercedes is going, oh, look at this. They're doing donuts for us. They know oh, they're all dancing. Come on, boys. Oh, look at this. It's what we want to see, and we know the fans at home are loving it as well. Oh, they're all just dancing. Look at this. What are you doing, lads? What are you doing? Right, we're just waiting for the grid to set themselves up. Anyway, we are now just moments away from lights out, so it is 5 lights out. Is it going to be quick? It's 5 lights out away we go. I'd say that was a bit quick. Is it me or the driver's not moving? Oh,
No,
there
now
we
they
go.
are.
There we go. Right, we're
Right, so I know
finally
where we
off.
go.
Well, Jerome with a great start. The Red Bulls are trying to catch up. It's going to be madness as we go into turn 2. I believe this is classed as. Yeah, this is turn 2.
Yeah, turn 2.
Here we go. Are we going to see any
2
bumps,
Red
any
Bulls
skids?
side by side.
That's a very, very clear. Oh, contact
Oh,
between the Haas
spoke
and
too
I
soon.
believe someone, and that's dropping down the line. I believe that's Josh and Ids that have made contact. It's all right,
Yeah.
boys. You've still got 62 laps ahead of you. Let's get your head down. Oh, we got a DSQ. Veloci has been disqualified, so he has been shown the black flag. I don't know why he's been shown the black flag. Veloci, if you are watching, obviously let us know exactly what happened. But then there were 18. But Jerome, fantastic getaway. However, Chris is keeping hot on his tail.
Yeah.
And
Williams, Red Bull, Williams, Red Bull.
Oh, well, speaking of one of the Red Bulls, Chris
Oh.
goes off massively, and that allows his teammate Mark Wilson and Hobbsy to also take position from him. Oh, we got quite a few spins at the back. Adam on the other hand, P13, fair play to the man. Got a yellow flag now in sector 2 and 3, obviously because it's just on the... But it will be Jerome that sets the pole to begin with, and he has set a 1 minute 30.1. That's your benchmark, boys. Now go get that fastest lap. Bit of a crazy lap 1, wouldn't you say, mate?
Yeah. Interesting to see what's going to happen with the Williams, see if Jerome can break that 1 second as he's on the slower tyre.
Well, both three drivers coming in, Josh, Wouter and Carl all coming in. There is a wing change for Josh. Ruter has got a wing change. Oh, it's double stacking for the AlphaTauri though, both with wing changes. But still a long way to go yet, to be fair.
Some good battling between the 2 Williams.
Jerome and Stefano is what we like to see.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll jump on board with Mark Wilson if you keep on board then with the 2 leaders, because I'm interested to see how the Tier 4 boy can do. He's Tier 4 and he's currently P3. Obviously, Danielle
He's
will
sort
be
of in prime position.
Danielle, I can assume only in the chat that you'll be very, very happy with your husband's performance so far. Obviously, just won a championship, and now he's fighting with a mix of all the big boys, and he's currently on line for a podium. However, we are still 61 laps away from our podium. Stefano improves on the fastest time, 1 minute 20.9. All right, let's have a look, see if there's any interesting battles going on. It's very, very close packed, to be fair. Mighty Atom is the only one. Young Goose is in the chat, people. Go ahead and catch yourself a Young Goose if possible. People that did manage to catch it will be announced in the chat later on. We don't have Sky Glass where you can press the red button. We just have Pokemon. Yeah, nice and clean. No penalties so far either, which is good to see.
Good. Yeah.
Well, the grid is catching up on its first benchmarkers by the looks of it. Obviously, that will be for the Aston Martin of Wouter, who didn't really have a great first, but it's still a long way to go. I wouldn't call in the towel just yet, boys. Safety cars can change it. Weather can change it as well, so... No matter what, though, boys, if you are watching this, or if you can hear me, the fact that you've stepped up to do a full Grand Prix, you're giving up your evening for this, you're doing me proud regardless, and that's what we're going to see. Stefano improving on the fastest time now, 1 minute 20.4. We are on board with Mark Wilson. Right, I'll tell you what then, let's go and have a look down the pack, shall we? Let's go and have a look at this battle with Harry Palmer, our former teammate. Let's see what he's doing, because we have got Ennis catching up. We're 3 wide. Potentially going into turn 1, it's very clean, and that, oh, I'll tell you what though, out of nowhere, Dragon on speed takes Ennis around, he says thank you very much, and I'll take that position. And he takes Harry Palmer as well. Oh, it's beautiful driving, boys. Beautiful, beautiful driving.
Ennis has gone for it as well. Oh.
Good little mid-pack battle going off here.
Yeah, I'm sure we like to see. Good clean battling.
And they are still going. I'm going to stick on board with this battle for now. They are trading positions. Dragons takes that position back from Harry Palmer. But Harry Palmer goes, you know what? I want that position back if you don't mind. The two Alpines, I'm pretty sure, are being told by their team principal, Mike Crack, to just battle.
Mike Crack is Aston Martin, I would
Is it?
say.
Oh, yeah, isn't it? Mike Crack's that's too
It's Art Marsafner is the team principal of Alpine.
I got confused there. Oh, dear. At this point, we'd normally go live to our pit lane boy if we had one. Unfortunately, we don't have one. So we'll go live to our Ted. We're just going to jump on board and see what other battles can we have a look at in a minute. It looks like it's building up front. First of the penalties has come out. Wooter picks up the first 3-second penalty. Don't let it get you down, mate. Still plenty of time. Just get your head down and you can get going. So I'm on board with Hobbsy at the minute. He's going for a battle.
Dragon's gone in the wall. May have a bit of damage.
He has. He's got rear wing damage. He's still got his wing, but he is missing one of his end plates, to be fair. So I can only assume that he's going to be coming in for a pit check.
Yeah.
Or is he going to try and hold out? Right, let's have a look.
Stefano's got up a nice little lead over your own. 2.9.
Williams online for a 1-2 at minute. Oh, we got a yellow flag. It is for the Aston Martin. I can only assume it is for Wooter again. It is, but he gets himself back on track and away he goes. So we'll jump back on board now with the battle for P3 because Mark Wilson is defending off Hobbsy like a champ.
Hobbsy, another one of the guys we've sort of raced with. Very quick on his day. Gonna get the DRS on Mark. Let's see how Mark defends this, if he can.
Well, we expect big things from Mark being the Tier 4 champion. Let's see how well he can defend against that silver arrow. Are we going to see a Max and Lewis moment as we go into turn 3, 2? No moments there to be worried about. Dragon is in for a pit, and rightfully so, to get that wing changed. Wooter speeding in the pit lane. His day goes from bad to worse and picks up a 5-second time penalty. He can serve that later on if needs be. Well, it's them soft tyres. I wouldn't recommend them. Not on this track, anyway. Don't know if you feel the same with me.
Eaten alive.
Mark doing extremely well to hold on to P3 here. Tell you what, I can see a little bit of battling going down on the mid-pack. Let's jump on board with Josh. Oh, no, there is no bid battling on there. I don't know what I'm looking at. Who am I looking at?
Oh, Mark Wilson, 3 seconds.
3 seconds. I'll jump on board with Harry Palmer. He's currently got KXI and Ennis breathing down his neck and Jack. So it's a 4-way battle now for P8. I'm going to see how this battle plays out for a bit.
I'm still on board with Hobbsy.
You have to let me know how that's going on in that bit
he's
shortly.
He's got DRS on the main straight. He looks a lot closer this time.
Ennis overtaking KXI, but these 3 drivers are all going to have DRS on Harry Palmer, who will have no assist. Let's see what they can do with it. Yellow flag is sector 2 for the Aston Martin again, and that is Wooter. And that's retirement on track, and that will be a safety car. That's a bit naughty, that, Wooter. Like I said in the chat, even though it's not an official race, it is E-League rules, so that's a bit naughty, that, mate. But hey-ho. Right, so, first safety car of the race, and Stefano is now going to get bunched back up.
Does bring the field closer together, though.
What about 7 laps, to be fair, that?
Yeah.
KXI, 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Yeah, it's not too bad, to be fair. Well, Wooter's gone, you know what, I've had enough. Obviously, one bringing out the safety car. But it does give those boys a chance that didn't have a great start, to be fair, or spun out. It does bring the pack back up. Right, let's take a look to see how everybody is doing. That is your board there. Fastest lap currently there. Let's see if I can see. I can't see if anyone's lapped. I think Dragon is the only driver which is lapped at the minute. So let's take a look at these tyres. And we will put it as the interval. There we go. Right, okay, so Hobbsy has come into pit, and he's gone on to fresh hards. Anybody else coming in? I think it's just Hobbsy so far currently. Nope, there we go. Shu has also come in as well. And by the looks of it, yeah, it's just them two. Right, so Hobbsy is...
It's going to be interesting to see what Posh Josh does, if he's going to pit, go on to set of mediums or hards as he's on the softs.
Well, let's see who the biggest winner and the bigger loser is from that.
He stayed out. So it'd be interesting to see how he gets on the restart.
So, as it stands, Stefano is up 3 positions. And the biggest winner from all that is KXI and Nathan, both up 9 positions. Shu and Josh both... Oh, Shu, speaking of which, now just drops down to 10. Yeah. What happened there? Did he have a bit of a spin? Did I miss something?
Yeah, a little bit of a spin. Cold tyres.
Cold tyres. Well, luckily it's happening now while it's under safety car and not a race, let's face it. So yeah, the biggest loser now then is Shu with 10 positions, but it is KXI and Nathan that are both up by 9 positions. So still a long way to go. 8 laps done out of 63, and still plenty of more action to come. And I'm pretty sure probably still more safety cars to come and weather to come. Anyone who is racing that's put it into AI mode, let us know what the weather's suggesting, just so we can get a bit of an update from this crow's nest.
I mean, I hope it doesn't rain, to be honest.
To be fair, I'm feeling the same way. Obviously, a big, massive thank you to anybody that has hit that follow button while you've been watching. Every follow does really mean the world to me. And a big, massive thank you to everybody who is watching. This is the most views I've ever had on a video. Might have to do this more often. But like I said, I will be mashing up this video at a later date. So any clips of overtakes you boys have got, if you're watching this back, please send them in to me. Any moments, it'd be greatly appreciated, as AFL's very kindly said that the video that I edited for him to have a look at earlier on in the day. Anyone that has the pleasure of seeing it.
Mark said it's saying no threat of rain for the time being.
Well, fair enough. No, so apparently AFL, there's no threat of rain for now, but I tell you what, that Sky says otherwise.
Yeah. It could be one of those, Codemasters where it looks like it's actually going to rain and it doesn't. We've had a few of those races in the past where you sort of set the car expecting it's going to rain and it doesn't, and vice versa.
No, yeah, we've had plenty of them races. I've been caught out 1 or 2. I mean, look at Brazil. Said it was going to rain. I pitted for inters, went a lap down, and then went back and became P3.
Yeah, we won't talk about my Brazil race.
It's one of those, probably, you want to leave it in the past. I, on the other hand, I don't want to leave that one in the past. It's probably one of my best performances I've ever done.
Yeah, fully deserved that podium that you got.
It was hard. It was a hard race, that one.
Just shows not to give up as well.
No, it's true. It's even if you're at the back like Carl and Dragon and Josh are at the minute, anything can change. Tell you what, that's a late call from the safety car. Safety car is in this lap, and the entire grid aren't back together. Dragon and Carl straggling. Now we are on board with Stefano to get this race underway again. The two Williams.
They're very far back. Very interesting there.
What's the Williams going to do here? Are they going to try and catch Mark Wilson sleeping? By the looks of it, Mark Wilson isn't going to be caught sleeping. Oh, we got a spin from McLaren at the back. That's Jack now dropping down. 317, right? Race is underway again with Stefano getting a very, very good exit there. Right, let's jump on board with some of this mid-pack, shall we? Got a nice little battle going on between DeWill and Palmer. Who's going to be breaking? Oh, there's contact between Harry Palmer and DeWill. DeWill having to cut the corner there a little bit. But no major crashes, no bumps and scrapes.
I think we know Harry likes to get his elbows out as well. He's never going to back out of anything. So.
No, he doesn't. When he puts his mind to it, he's like a Rottweiler. Yeah. I did say he's like a Jack Russell, but he can also be like a Rottweiler as well. Right, Posh Josh now makes his way. You see, this is exactly what I said. Josh was 15th going into that restart. He's now 9th. Just shows what happens when you get your head down and you just get underway with the race. Rotation 17th, trailing massively here at minute. We'll jump on board with him later on if he does manage to catch up. But there's a nice little battle now going on between Josh, DeWill, and Ennis.
Yeah. I'm just on board with the 2 marks. Hobbsy behind KXI.
Josh is desperately trying to get round these 2 boys, but the boys aren't letting him pass. It's good defending from rivals. Rotation picks up a 3-second tail for Nathan. Oh, what we seeing? What we seeing?
Looks like Shu went into the back of Hobbsy, yeah.
Yeah, Shu picking up a 5-second time penalty picking up. So there was definitely contact there between him and Hobbsy, but obviously, unfortunately, Shu, well, it looks like, was the biggest loser from that. Right then, so we will jump back on board with Josh, who's managed to get round Ennis now. Beautifully done. I caught that at the very last second. And let's take a look up further up pack. Let's jump on board with Harry Palmer, the Rottweiler Chihuahua Jack Russell boy. Doing really, really well, to be fair. Tier 3 boy. Fighting up at the top. I mean, the podium's going to be
a future champion.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. Maybe not next season, but season after.
Yeah.
Who knows? The thing is, we can't call for CRL who's going to be champion in Season 9, let's face it. It's going to be a new game, new mechanics, different feel to the car. That's anybody's game. After we've had a season, we'll be able to look at, right, who's got the pace.
You never know, we might be calling new champion next season.
Next joke, mate. So I'm on board with... Well, yeah, you never know, but unfortunately I can't see it. I think the best chance I had was the season before. And I started off well. It just sort of went downhill. Not as bad as this season. This season I just sunk. But... Anyway, on board with Mark Wilson at the moment, currently sitting P3 and doing really, really well.
Yeah, doing a good job in that Red Bull.
Jump on board with Nathan, one of the co-founders of CRL. Let's see how he does. Currently battling for P5 against Harry Palmer. Slowly catching as well. He's currently up 9 positions. Massive, massive improvement there for Nathan. Shu is into pit. We ain't got a Ted Kravis, so we'll have a look, see what he's doing. It is a wing change there for Shu. And I believe, is that... It is, it's White War. I haven't got tyres enabled for some reason, so let's get them back on. There we go. Like I said, this is all improvised. Like I said, I'm not normally in charge of this bit. Wild Magikarp in the chat. Posh Josh goes fastest with a 1 minute 20.2. Like I said, he's now up to P7 is Posh Josh. Battling with, I believe it is Nathan by the looks of it. Can you just confirm it is Nathan? Because I've currently got a chat bubble above.
Yeah. Really close to each other, those two.
All right. Good from there. Now coming up onto Tosa. Are we going to see any drama into Tosa?
Oh,
no.
He has got a great exit, though.
That's a very, very good exit there from Josh. He potentially could get Nathan on the straight here. I'm going to stay on board with this as we speak. But Nathan keeps it clear. Oh, Nathan goes wide.
Kept the position, kept his foot in it. All good.
Nothing, no dodgy stuff there. It's nicely done. Good little bit of battling going on between these two.
Yeah.
Dragon picking up a 3-second time penalty. He's currently down in 12th. Like I said, this isn't an E-League race. There's no points on for grabs here. It's basically win or lose. That's how it is. Obviously, we do have drivers from around the world partaking. If you don't have O2 where you do live and you do want to give it to somebody else, obviously any of the 19 drivers in this case that are racing, you can pass it on to someone that you do feel as if deserves it more than you. If you can't use it, makes it only fair.
Magikarp has been caught by Daniel.
Well done, Danielle, on catching yourself a Magikarp. Unfortunately, Magikarp is just a fish. Right then, let's get back to the action. It's a good little battle going on at midfield here, to be fair. The front runners all
Yeah.
nicely spaced out at the minute, so staying on board with Josh and Nathan, who are putting on a bit of a show at the minute. Carl overtakes Ennis a bit further back, so his rotation goes fastest in the Aston Martin. It's not too bad, to be fair.
Possibly could be a DRS training how difficult it is round here.
Yeah, Sector 2 is the worst bit of this track, let's face it. It's...
Yeah. Single file all the way through.
Yeah, pretty much.
Unless you come up with something audacious.
Well, normally at this point in CRL, these boys are normally approaching the halfway mark. However, we are doing 100% race for those that are just joining or have been away from the screen for a little bit. The boys have all got together to do their bit for Imola. Like I said, if you do wish to donate to the Imola Relief Foundation, you can visit the F1 website. The link is on that website. I'm not asking you to donate, but if you do find it in your heart to help the people of Imola, then obviously that's the information on where to go. It's just so you don't send me any money and I can't be a done then for keeping it, because I wouldn't accept it. When I do get paid, however, at the end of the week, I do plan on giving a little bit myself to do my part. That's just me being generous. However, speaking of people being generous, let's have a bit of a talk about Yuki Tsunoda, conveniently who also races for AlphaTauri, who Josh is racing for at the minute. Yuki Tsunoda, giving up his own time, instead of racing, decided that instead of having a holiday in Italy or going back home, he decided to go and help the people of Imola by helping clean the streets and try and get people back to work and back to normality as fast as they can. So big shout out to Yuki Tsunoda.
Yeah, shout out to Yuki.
I like Yuki. I reckon he's got potential one day. I can't see him being a champion, unfortunately, but he's got potential. He's going to be up there.
Yeah. I think he's probably in the wrong team, sort of in the Red Bull setup, because you know how ruthless they can be.
Yeah.
And he was under a bit of pressure, obviously being teammates with Gasly for the past 2 seasons, and obviously he's got Nick de Vries, who hasn't been doing really well at the moment, but hopefully can improve, because AlphaTauri are a really good team, good setup, good base, and they do bring young drivers through, so hopefully can do well for them.
No, it's quite right. Anyway, jumping on board. Sorry, we got DR. It's a little bit like you said a moment ago. There is a DRS tray at the moment forming on mid-pack. Nathan and Josh having a little bit of a battle. However, Nathan and Harry have been dragged into this battle, and by the looks of it, Ennis is trying to catch up to play as well. Or Will? Sorry, no, Will is not Ennis.
Bit like real F1, isn't it? Where the mid pack is where the best racing is.
Yeah.
Everybody is so closely
Adam
together.
picking up. Sorry to interrupt. Adam picks up a 3-second time penalty. That's a massive shame. He's gone 16 laps without picking one up. So fair play, Adam. Well done, mate. But it is going to be hard. But fair play to you, buddy.
Yeah.
Right.
On board
with Harry Palmer at the moment, who's desperately trying to catch up to Mark Wilson. But as I say that, picks up a 3-second time penalty himself. Let's take a look and see what penalties. Mark Wilson's got 3 seconds, Harry's got 3 seconds, KXI with 5, Dragon with 3, Atom with 3, and Rotation with 3. Everybody else currently having a very clean lap. Well, race, I should say, not lap. Now, the question is, the medium boys, the ones that are on 15, 16 lap holds, when are we expecting to be seeing them pit?
I think, obviously, with the safety car, it's extended the tyre life a bit. So I can see them possibly going for maybe another 10, 12 laps. Obviously, depends on how good each individual is on their tyres. I know some are better on their tyres than others. So yeah, it'd be interesting. I think strategy is going to be key.
Oh, we've got a little bit of a battle going on between Carl, Dragon, and KXI. Who's that? Dragon cutting the corner there a little bit, loses out positions massively, not only to Carl, KXI, but Jack as well. Oh, that's a big crash for Ennis, though. I caught that in the background. Look at these. Ennis, unfortunately, is out of this Grand Prix. That's such a shame.
I did not see what happened.
I only caught that in the background when I was watching the battle going on. But Ennis is out. So 3 down.
Was that no safety car?
16 to go. To be fair, he came quite a bit of distance off the track, to be fair. So I think the very worst would have been a VSC at best, to be fair. But the car has been cleaned up. Green flag is conditioned, so we are away racing again. So unlucky Ennis. 17 laps, mate. Fair play. I know 63 was a big ask, but fair play to you, mate.
How do you think you would have fared with these 63 laps tonight?
I reckon I'd have been either on quite a lot of penalties at the minute, or I'd have been in a war by now, to be fair. It's like Nathan
Fair
asked
play.
me, he went, Rob, do you not want to race it? I went, no, I'd rather host it. Yeah, Ennis has left the session, so fair play, mate. If you are watching the stream, obviously sit back and enjoy the show. You've done your side of things to it. But let's see what else is yet to go. There probably will be another Pokemon popping up for those that are watching at home and you do want to see who's coming up. Obviously, you do get 90 seconds to catch it, and if you are successful, it lets you know in the chat. It is a little mini game that you can put into your Twitch channels. I do it. My mate Retro Andy does do it as well, and I believe obviously if you followed him or went and watched his streams as well, your Pokemon do roll over. Stefano picking up a 3-second time penalty, so that is the current leader now with a 3-second time penalty. So Jerome will be sat there rubbing his hands, potentially going, you know what, it's time for me to play now.
Yeah.
Now, I believe that is Shu that has been lapped by Stefano, so blue flags are now being shown. Right, let's jump on board. KXI, 3-second time. So this is where the penalties start coming out to play now.
I'm just randomly sat here catching Pokemon on my own face with tears of joy.
Why
There'll
not?
be any drivers tonight that will have no penalties, which I think there'll be.
Maybe the odd
Everyone will
couple.
get penalties.
I reckon
Yeah.
there'll be the odd couple, but I reckon it's going to be a very penalty-based finale. And obviously, it depends obviously how many people we get finished. Obviously, I'm not
Yeah,
expecting.
true.
I'd like to see the remainder of what we've got left across the line, but I am expecting still a few more DNFs to come. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to
And
say who I'm
that's
expecting the DNF
yeah.
and stuff like that, but there is going to be more. Because, like I said a moment ago, about now we're probably just about on the halfway point normally for our E-League.
Halfway, yeah.
We're now
Yeah.
on the quarter-way mark. So, like I said, big shout out to all 19 of our drivers that have stepped up today. They are out of their comfort zone. They've done full quali, I should say, and now they're doing a full race. It is a long evening ahead of us because normally about now we're starting to wrap up. Let's face it, 'cause it's 9:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark Wilson doing really well to defend in P4. Harry Palmer is starting to gain on him. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to stick on board with Harry for a bit because there could be a little bit of a battle. Nathan picking up a 3-second time penalty.
I'm on board with Chris at the moment, P3. To be gaining a bit on your own.
Not bad battling going on at all from all these boys. No matter where you go, there is battling. Rotation manages to overtake Atomic a bit further behind. A little bit of a battle going on between these two boys. So you know what? Let's give these boys a little bit of love, shall we? They are trailing at the end. They haven't been blue flagged at minute by the looks of it. The only blue flag driver is Shu. However, a safety car or two can change that. That's all it takes. Because he's currently having a battle with Stefano. So all it takes is quite literally a safety car to come out. Stefano comes in and Ids decides to, what's it called? Keep going.
Yeah. There were loads of battles going on, which is good. That's what we like to see.
Is it me or does it look like it's starting to get a little bit darker? Not a lot, but just a little bit.
To be fair, it hasn't changed at all for me. It still looks the same as it was at the start of the race.
Fairy decoms. Right, Rotation Atom have put a bit of a gap between themselves at minute, so we are going to jump back on board with CRL Palmer, who's got a bit of a DRS train forming behind him. He hasn't got DRS, but Nathan getting the overtake done. Snowcon couldn't make it, so he's not racing. At last minute, he had to unfortunately change his plans, so he's currently not racing. It's a shame, but the show must go on.
It's a good move there by Nathan and Josh.
Nathan up
Getting
to
past.
P5. Very, very nice battle going on just out of Tosa. Nathan using the majority of his ERS. Let's have a look at Josh.
So is Josh. Yeah, he's
Josh is using
derating quite a bit.
Yeah, a lot of the drivers have used their DRS, but then again, all it takes is a safety car or a quick pit to rebuild that back up. So
yeah.
Well, officially, we are now 1/3 of the way through this Grand Prix, and only 3 DNFs so far.
Not bad, not bad.
Like I said, anyone watching this back, if you have any overtakes you want me to have a look at, or you want me to have, please do a clip on your PlayStation. Please send them over to me.
Oh, got Stefano in the pits now.
So that is the first of our medium runners who's decided to have enough. No wing change there. He's going for another set of medium, so he will be required to pit again. So medium, soft approach possibly.
Enjoy yourself.
He's been really entertaining so far, Liam. So thank you.
We don't know much about the rain or if it's coming or not, so
no.
Could be doing that again till the rain comes, or be going on a set of hards. I'm not sure the softs will last as long.
No, but he will be required because I'm pretty sure he started on the mediums.
Yeah, he started on the medium, so he'll need to use another compound. Yeah.
Right, so we'll leave him alone while he does a bit of battling of his own. We'll jump on board with Carl, who's currently got... Oh, we got a yellow flag. It's a Haas. Is it Shu? Is it Shu? I don't know what's happened there. He's gone for a spin and he's lost his wing. Try, if possible, to get back to the pits. It's just gone from bad for worse for Ids. It's such a shame. He is a very good driver. I watch him. Obviously, I commentate over him regularly anyway in Tier 2 for CRL. But not having a good day at the office at the minute. But, like I said, he's out. All these drivers are out of their comfort zone, to be fair. So, but by the looks of it, he is going to be able to get it back to the pit lane. So we're going to stay on board with him to see if he can make it back, and we'll see what he does. He is coming in. I can only assume it's going to be for maybe a set of mediums or maybe another set of hards. We'll find out with a wing change. See what happens. Obviously getting overtaken by quite a few of the drivers. He's already quite far back behind as it is. And that is it. He said, you know what, enough's enough. I mean, fair play. He's put in a good performance, to be fair, wouldn't you say, mate?
Yeah, absolutely. He's probably got further than I would have, so fair play to him.
Fair play to the man. Going for it. But he has had enough. Right, so we got a bit of a battle still going on with Carl, KXI, Dragon, and Jack. Let's see what these boys can put on for us now. Jerome picking up a 3-second time penalty again, so that does mean that he will be dropping down in position. So currently, as it stands, Chris is now our provisional leader.
You know how things can change in racing. That's given that he's going to lose those positions, anything could happen.
Yeah, we've still got plenty of laps yet to come our way. Right, let's take a look to see where we are on my cheat sheet. So we are currently in the Variante Alta. I believe I pronounced that right, did I?
Sounds alright to me.
Nice. The next Pokemon is available for those that are playing along at home to catch Pokemon. You've got a Chinchou that has appeared. A Chinchou? What's a Chinchou? I can't even remember what Pokemon that is. Oh well. Danielle already going for the catch there. Love to see her playing along at home. Love to see you all playing along at home that I sat there watching. It's a bit of a laugh, a bit of good fun. Right, anyway, as we were saying, obviously those that obviously do wish to subscribe to the channel, obviously, no, not subscribe. I wouldn't ever ask anyone to subscribe. That costs money. Oh, what have you seen, mate?
Harry got a bit of a tank slapper. Kept position, just lost a bit of time to Nathan in front. The wheel now is round his gearbox. Interested to see though the sort of performances from the tyres now. Sort of guy that started on these tyres are on the sort of same life. So it'd be interesting to see if there's any pace advantage or disadvantage between the the hards and the medium.
Well, Nathan in front, by the looks of it, going a bit too wide there. That was the name I just said. I do love Italian. Can't speak it. So
Call yourself a Ferrari fan.
I am a Ferrari fan. I can say certain Italian words, but I just don't want to butcher their language. I butcher people's names enough as it is. I don't want to offend anyone, especially if there is any Italians watching.
True, very true.
but I will say some of the names. We're now going through Tamburello. I can pronounce that all right. And we are making our way now down to Villeneuve, and then obviously Harry takes that perfectly, but he has got De Will chasing him down for that position as we go around Tosa. And my son Harry is just refusing to sleep at the minute. Big shout out to his mother Jess, who's going above and beyond to trying to get him to sleep. So I'm going to stick on board with Harry just for a few minutes while I'll see why my Harry is doing, and I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of AFL just for a few minutes.
Nice, mate. I'll just go through the field again. You've got your Rowan in first, Harry 2.1, seconds ahead of Christopher. Chris doing a good job on those old mediums, no penalties as well. And Mark is doing a stellar job in third, doing us tier 4 boys proud. You've got Posh Josh in fourth, Nathan in fifth, who now looks to be catching. You've got Harry in P6 doing a great job. Looks like he may be overtaken by De Will down the main straight. De Will does have DRS on the inside line. Let's see if Harry defends it.
Nope, is the answer to that. Stefano setting another fastest lap. Atom picking up another 3-second time penalty. Was that mild collision contact there between Harry and De Will? Kind of looked like
all
it.
Clear to me.
But couldn't tell you. Right, okay, so we are now going round Villeneuve and up into Tosa.
Rotation is out.
And that is the second safety car of the evening. Oh, I think he may have he's crashed in the pit lane. Luckily, in this game, the pit lane can't close. I wonder if that'll be a feature in the new game since red flags are a thing.
Let's hope not.
Well, those with 5-second penalties will possibly be rubbing their hands here at the minute. KXI can potentially serve one of his, but he'll be the only one which can. The rest, everybody else has got 3 seconds. Remember, 3-second time penalties do go against your time at the end of the race. However, these boys have put on a great performance. Like I said, I knew it was going to be a high penalty count. I knew penalties were going to be a big part of this. And like I said, everyone is out of their comfort zone.
Rowan's in the pit lane. Chris is following in. And Mark is currently our provisional race leader. It'll be interesting on the restart. Yeah.
It will be. The Tier 4 champion wanting to be the 100% race champion.
Yeah.
Maybe it might be worth a suggestion to Nathan, Jacob, if you're listening. Maybe we have a small little once a month 100% league. So once a month we have a different track and we have a 100%er league going on throughout the entirety of the F123 game. I'll leave that in your court. I'm not a head admin. I don't want to tell anyone how to do their job. But as an admin, I'd like to put out a recommendation. If it gets accepted, fair enough. If it doesn't, fair enough.
Are you putting yourself forward for comms on that, or will you be racing?
Well, only time will tell, I guess. But no, the safety car obviously picking up the first of our... So Mark Wilson behind the safety car. Let's take a look. So we've got a few people in the pit lane at the moment. Let's take a look to see what tyres people are now running. So... Jerome, Chris, Josh, Nathan, De Will, Harry, Atom, Carlberg, KXI, Jack and Dragon, all on fairly new tyres. Mark Wilson, our provisional race leader, sticking with his old hards on 26 laps. Maybe he's holding out for a bit of rain, or maybe he feels he can take these hards a bit longer. Naturally, with being 100% race, it is natural durability.
Have a look at the guys that are in the pit lane. Looks like something's happened there where they're not moving, or is that just my game?
One of the AlphaTaris. What's gone on?
Yeah.
Why is Carl stuck? What's going on? They're going to get lapped.
They're about to be lapped, yeah. Oh,
What's
God.
gone on? This is not what we wanted to see. We're having such a good session up until this point. What has happened in the pit lane? It's going to have put 4 drivers at a massive disadvantage. This is not what we wanted to see on what would have been a decent charity race so far. And they can't get past. What has happened to Carl? He's trying to get through. I mean, fair play. Just keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Run over that speed sign, Carl. Do it. Come on. I think he's got damage, you know. That is it me, or does that front wheel... No, okay, away we get going, and we're off. That
That's
shouldn't have
unfortunate,
happened.
though.
So have all them boys now been lapped?
Yeah. Potentially a lot of guys out of the race now.
To anyone watching and to the 4 boys that have now just been done in by EA, the EA strike again. This is what I was saying earlier, when a lot of these boys will be happy to see the back end of F122. That is the reason why. Carl going for a spin. I don't blame him, to be fair. Let off steam with some donuts, mate. But 4 drivers have just been screwed there, and
This is where the game should allow lap cars to overtake.
yeah, and it should. But unfortunately, it won't. This is where I'm saying a lot of features that need to be brought into the game. Lapped cars need to be able to overtake, pit lane being closed, make it more authentic. KXI getting a 10-second time penalty, corner cutting. All these boys know that they've been screwed. And I honestly, boys, I'm really, really sorry about this. Obviously, I know it's out of my control, but... KXI probably going to retire. Yep, rightfully so. Like I said, I'm really sorry, KXI.
Yeah, apologies to him and the other guys that have been affected.
It's not what we wanted to see. We were having such a good race, but there's the first glitch. Hopefully the last glitch as well for the remaining drivers that are staying in. But it's still not nice to see. But the show must go on for the remaining drivers and for those that are at home. Obviously, if you are watching, please do stick around and see how the remainder of this race goes. And this should be, in theory, the last lap of safety car.
Yep. It's going to be interesting to see Mark's restart. We know he's good at them. Often catches people napping on his restarts, especially in Tier 4. Let's see how he gets on.
Big shout out to the 13 people that are watching. Obviously, I know we had a lot more at that point, but there's 13 people that are still staying. Jack been given a drive-through penalty for ignoring yellow flags. One of the 4 drivers that were affected by that glitch. Not Carl's fault, EA's fault. KXI rightfully saying, worst game in the entire world. Jack has been disqualified for ignoring yellow flags. Apparently. Yep, that's him now out of the race. Safety car is in this lap. I can only apologise for those 4 that have been.
EA, shame on you. It's 2023 FFS.
Yeah, you're quite right, Topher. This game, that's the only thing I'm worried about moving into 23, that the glitches and the bugs have come over. From what I've heard, though, for the people that have been lucky enough to test the beta, it's not bad. It's good, but only time will tell. Obviously, just under a month away until the new game releases. Obviously, 13th of June for those like myself that have ordered the Champions Edition, or the 16th of June for those that can wait those extra 3 days. Anyway, we get underway with racing. I was on board without him there. Mark Wilson doesn't catch Stefano or Jerome snoozing, but it will be a good battle to get us underway as we go into lap 30 out of this Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Like I said, Mark and Atom both representing the Tier 4 boys of Cone. Stefano and Jerome representing the Tier 1 of Cone. So it's a good battle. So these 2 Williams boys will be wanting to hunt Mark down to go, hang on a second here. We're in the higher tier. We should be higher than you. But Mark's going, no, I'm the champion. I'm out in front.
And he's doing a great job. Obviously, he is on 29 lap old tyres, and these guys are on sort of newish mediums as well. So that obviously play into how this battle goes on.
Yeah, it will be. And obviously, Mark's just come off the great season in Tier 4. Not a great first half, but the second half he really bounced back. Unfortunately, a steward's decision in round 15 in Saudi Arabia did see him
He has done
disqualified,
well.
but we won't talk about that too much. But taking it into Tier 4's final. Oh, unfortunately,
Oh
speaking
my,
of
that's a
Stefano,
great move.
what a dive there from Stefano on Mark Wilson. Mark Wilson trying to get back. Jerome also trying, so we're going to stick on board with these two, three for definite, as we go three wide into Villeneuve.
Oh wow.
What racing, and Mark Wilson back in front as they go into Tosa. What great racing.
That is brilliant.
Gorgeous, gorgeous racing. KXI leaving the session. Obviously, he was one of the 4 drivers that were affected. Just 2 of them now remain, and I don't blame them, but hopefully they do stick around to watch the stream. But what a battle we've got between the top 3. However, Jerome cut the corner there to gain position. Jerome concede that position. That's not legal.
Oh, we've had
Yellow
a spinner
flag.
in the back.
And that is the other Red Bull, I believe.
Yeah.
Jerome, that's, even if the game's not giving you it, like I said, it is coming down to obviously race fairly for prizes. I will be taking note, and as far as I'm concerned, you should be conceding that position back to Mark Wilson, but we'll let the battling go on. I don't know if you agree.
Honestly
with me
don't
there,
know
but
what happened there. I don't know. I didn't see it. It looked like everything was legal from my point of view, but I'm watching from the sort of TV director, so you might have had a different angle.
Well, I'm watching from TV cameras as well. Personally, I could be, I could be speaking out my ass, to be fair, but this isn't a CRL stream. I can swear if I want, but I'm not going to. But yeah, we'll review that at a later date. Obviously, any footage that people do have. Obviously, while it's not an official race, you can send it in to me, and I will look at it throughout the week on my days off, and I'll go from there. Like I said, any clips you've got of decent overtakes, any clips you've got of any good battling that you want to send to me, please send to me, because when I do the little video that I'm going to make of this, it'll be worth to see, because I'd love to see your views on it. Harry Palmer picking up another 3-second time penalty, but he's still doing well, to be fair to him, in P7.
Yeah.
Jump on board with Nathan. Jack, that sums up about this year's game. Yeah, 100% it does, mate. We do have someone into pit. Mark Wilson. Has Mark Wilson got damage? No, I think he's just pitting to change them tyres. So Mark Wilson changes from hards to mediums. Can mediums last 30 laps out in Imola? Who knows? But he made them hard tyres last quite well, to be fair, and possibly may have just stayed at that 1 lap. So it may have been perfectly legal then, to be fair, for what I saw up front. However, speaking of people on a comeback, Posh Josh up to P2. The next Pokemon has appeared in the chat, people, by the way. It is Gligar. A lovely ground poison type for those that do play Pokemon. If you don't play Pokemon, then obviously you won't know what a Gligar is, but it's a fun little game to play in the chat that pops up randomly. I'm waiting for our first legendary Pokemon to pop up. Pokemon XF1, make it a thing. Little Pikachu going around driving an F1 car. Don't
give Liberty Media any ideas, please.
It's one character that I've wanted to appear in Mario Kart, if I'm honest. I've always wanted to see Pikachu in Mario Kart. I'd love to race around as him. Mark Wilson picking up another 3-second time penalty there. Still a while to go yet. We are just over halfway in this Grand Prix, and a massive...
Josh has gone for the lead into turn 2.
And he's taken it. Big, massive shout to Josh there. Takes it beautifully. I just caught that, to be fair. And he now has lead of the race with no penalties. 34 laps in. So, we started with 19. We're down to 12. But I'll tell you what, though. I want to say a big shout out to Carl and Dragon, who got screwed in that safety car, but they're still racing. They're not letting it disheart them.
No one caught it.
Unfortunately, those that were playing along with the Pokemon game, none of you caught Gligar. The little emoji there that says rigged. I know 2 people did attempt to go for it. Unfortunately, though, it escaped. That's our little sideshow which is going on. Anyway, let's take a look. We're going to stay on board now with DeWill, I reckon. There's a nice little battle going on up front. Carl obviously being ghosted. That's because he is being blue flagged. The Alpina Dragon also ghosted but they will get DRS assist. Nathan trying to catch up to DeWill. We could have a little battle going on here into turn 2.
Yeah, I'm on board with Nathan now.
I'll say I'm on board with DeWill at the minute. So you've got one car, I've got the other.
Yeah.
Tell you what though, Atom going good. P8.
Yeah. Solid job from Atom there.
No, he's doing well. He's staying out of battles. He's just keeping his head down. He's battling away when he has to. Like I said, he came into this feeling a bit unconfident, but he's doing well. Went out in Q1, currently sitting P8.
It's not about where you start, it's about where you finish.
Exactly. What's the famous quote from Michael Schumacher?
Which one?
Well, yeah, which one? In order to win, you have to finish first or something like that. It's along those lines, isn't it? In order to finish first you have to finish. That's it.
Yeah. Obviously, Michael Schumacher, my childhood hero growing up.
Same with me. I grew up watching Michael going around in his F1 car. It was why when the 2005 stream came on yesterday, it was lovely to see him racing again, even though it was just a replay of a former race.
Yeah.
Just to see Michael Schumacher battle it out with Alonso with the sounds of the V8 cars from 2005. It was just such a good sound to hear after so long. Unfortunately, obviously,
Gonna have to correct you on that. It was V10s in 2005.
Was V8
yeah, they
2010?
moved over to V8s 2006.
There we
came
go.
in.
There we go. So a little bit off there with my knowledge, but then again, I normally just waffle on as it is.
Interesting fact for anybody still watching, V10s were actually used in 2006 for AlphaTauri, formerly known as Toro Rosso, but they had rev limited V10s so they can match the V8s just because it was a new team and the budget constraints that they had. So interesting fact that the V10 lasted another year just with a lower revved engine.
Nice little fun fact for us all there. Love history lessons, and to be fair, it only makes sense that it's actually at Imola, a historic circuit. Obviously, full of history, full of not so nice history, unfortunately, but an historic circuit nonetheless. Obviously, home of Ferrari and AlphaTauri, like you said, right, formerly Toro Rosso. Obviously, Max Verstappen started in AlphaTauri, the current world champion that is leading the actual F1 calendar. Oh, hang on. Did you see that there from Jerome? His back end went out a bit there. And that Jerome's back end went out a little bit there. And that's allowed Josh to get a bit of a gap. So, Josh is doing quite well.
Yep.
It's been a good race, to be fair. What's it called? It's been eventful. Obviously, we've had a few DNFs. We've had one glitch.
Standard.
Oh, yeah, it's standard for this game, let's face it.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, big shout out to DC who joins us for the first time in the chat. Massive thank you for coming to join us, DC. And I will say now on stream, I do apologise for not bigging up your fastest lap the other day in Tier 2.
Better late than never.
You're joining the unofficial CRL stream of 100% race of Imola. Basically, how I like to class it, it's the Spider X CRL Grand Prix of the Imola Grand Prix. Obviously, for those that are joining, because obviously the viewer count is going up and down like a yo-yo, it is a charity stream while I'm not taking any donations myself, you can head on over to the F1 website. There is a
Yellow flag.
Palmer's gone for a spin. He's had such a good race so far.
Oh,
Oh,
he's won it
Harry.
again.
No,
He can
Harry,
keep
come
it.
on. Come on, Harry. Well, here comes a Tomic who takes that position from him, who now moves up to P7.
Those
Hopefully,
tyres will be finished, though.
we could be seeing a pit job from Harry Palmer here. He can pit for a new set of mediums if he does have them. With less than 30 laps to go of this Grand Prix, mediums should hold him out, to be fair.
Yeah.
Still no sign of rain. Obviously, anyone that is that was racing or currently racing, if you are going to let us know about the weather, obviously do let us know. Obviously, we'd like to know, 'cause obviously me and AFL can't get any updates on the weather. We literally just comment as it happens. It does look to be getting a bit grey over section 2, though, of this track, but then again, it could just be my eyes playing tricks on me. Anyway, nice little battle going on here between Palmer and Mark Wilson. Mark Wilson, oh, can he get it? He goes around the inside and does. He snatches that position from Harry. And Harry goes for another spin. That'll be the effect of going for a spin earlier. Those tyres must be cooking by now. And does he come in? No, Harry stays out.
Stays out.
Well, we said we wanted drama. It's one thing we're certainly getting. Well, Mark Wilson is now hunting down Atomic. The two Tier 4 boys are now going to be having a bit of a scrap very, very shortly. I'm on board now with Atomic. Every now and then seems to have a bit of a lag spike, but it doesn't seem to be doing any too much trouble to him as we speak. So we're going to move a bit further up. We're going to jump on with P4, where we're on board with DeWill. Nathan and Chris are catching, where we're going to have a little bit of a battle.
I'll keep an eye on the top three because that looks quite spicy.
Yeah,
That.
please do. Josh seems to still have that bit of a gap in front of Stefano, but that could change. Still with 24 laps to go. Well, Josh will now be on 23 laps to go. And as the time now ticks over for these boys who are about to cross the line, we now join it on 23 laps to go. Well, 24 now, I should say. Like I said, normally these boys are wrapped up and done for the day. However, we are doing 100%. And every single one of these boys are doing amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a big ask. This was organised at the last minute. We did have 25 people say they could potentially race. Obviously, life gets in the way. So obviously a few have had to drop out at last second. So our reserves with the likes of Mark Wilson, he was one of our reserves. He was on standby, he was there straight away. Carl picking up a 3-second time penalty, but he's one of the boys that unfortunately got screwed in the glitch. So it won't matter too much. At the moment, it's a battle between the top 10. Unless another safety car obviously comes out, Carl and Dragon may get the opportunity to unlap themselves. It's not impossible. It can be done.
For their sake, I hope it does.
I hope for their sake it does, because not to obviously affect the results, but it would it give them a chance to get back in it.
Mm-hmm.
But still with
effort donation page. https://p.rotezionnec.ivile.reg ione.en iona.it/n
Chasing down his team, mate. Quite a big gap between them two, so we'll see if that gap comes down. Mark on the better tyres.
Sorry to interrupt you there. A big shout out there to Jess, who's just put the link to the donation page in the chat. However, also a bit of a scolding for my partner Jess. I had to sit there and listen to every single letter get spelled out in my ear. So a big shout out and thank you for putting that charity link into the chat. But I just had to sit there and listen to Siri waffle on in my ear. But so, and DeWill goes for a spin. Yeah, it is a me problem, Jacob. You are right. DeWill goes for a bit of a spin, and Nathan takes P4. He goes, "Thank you very much, DeWill. I'm gonna now push for a podium." So, DeWill, 14-lap-old mediums. And DeWill, one of the few drivers, is still in this race that doesn't have any penalties. Jump on board with Posh Josh, our leader, who seems to have built a sizable gap between Stefano and Jerome. Josh still has no second penalties against his name. So as it stands, if the race was to finish now, Josh would be our 100% charity race winner. What are we going to call it? The Imola, well, obviously Imola Grand Prix champion, but obviously it would be charity champion as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, we need to do this more often, maybe once a month, like I said. Obviously, if you would like to see stuff like this obviously happen again, let me know. I'm pretty sure I can maybe host it. I mean, I'm more than happy to do this. Obviously, AFL, maybe you'd be interested in doing this with me. Obviously, we won't ever replace Cone because Cone is goated.
Yeah.
Up the Cone.
Forza Cone.
Yeah, Forza Cone, as is the hashtag.
Penalty is driving the McLaren.
Yeah, I'll be up for this again.
Mm.
It's been good.
It's been really enjoyable, to be fair. Like I said, we've been unable to have our fix of F1 this week, so this is really building up. Now, Jerome and Stefano changing positions here. Teammates have been told, so Stefano's been told to pit.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to jump on board with Stefano and see if there's any wing damage or anything. There's no wings. He's going for softs.
Oh.
Is he going to go for a potential double soft approach? Now, normally in F1, you'd get a point for fastest lap. However, in this, you don't get anything. And I'm not giving anything to whoever's got fastest lap either. I'm sorry, I'm not. But at the moment, let's take a look to see who has got fastest lap. Currently sits with his teammate Jerome, who's currently sitting P2. Set at 1 minute 19.0. 1 minute 19.082. Not too bad.
I think Stefano's going to be rapid now. I think the fuel's burnt off. Brand new softs.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of clear air as well, so
it's
sure we'll
things we
see
want
those
to
lap
see.
times tumble. Yeah.
Mark Wilson currently sitting down in P7. Atom currently sitting down in P8. Harry Palmer sitting down in P9. Harry seems to have got control over those tyres again after that unfortunate couple of spins he had on that one lap. So 20 laps remaining in this Grand Prix. 43 down. There's been action non-stop, to be fair. I mean, you've got to respect the people that do this, obviously, on the big E-League streams. And obviously Crofty himself. It just goes to show how much actually goes into real F1, E-League F1. Obviously, a big shout out to the guys, obviously, that run Cone as well. Nathan and Jacob being people that, obviously, they put so much of their time and life into doing this. They don't have to, but they do. So, to be fair, without either of them, obviously, Scotty34 as well. I know he's lurking in the comments somewhere. DC. Obviously, the admin team. Obviously, I don't want to big myself up. I've only just joined the admin team. But obviously, the other admins that are about as well, they do put a lot of time and effort into making Cone what it is. Obviously, Cone will be back in a few months' time. It will be Season 9. Obviously, if you do want to partake in Cone, I'm pretty sure if you comment on this video, Jacob is lurking. He could potentially put some sign-ups in there to get you into the server. And then obviously just keep an eye for when Season 9 does happen. Sudowudo has popped up in the chat as well. Jess and Danielle are already getting straight on that. But speaking of Jacob, his brother, I believe it's his brother, Nathan, is currently P3. Scott, you need to... what's it called? Get your trainer pass. It's very easy. Just type in PokeStart. You'll get a starter Pokemon, and then you can start catching Pokemon on my channel. Scott! Hey! Big shout out to Scotty34. Took me under his wing. In more ways than one, to be fair. Got a lot of time for Scott. He's helping me. He's helping me get off assists, training me, help me with comms. So yeah, big shout out to Scott as well. Anyway, let's jump back on. Let's take a look with our leader, who's currently having a battle with one of the Williams. Well, not too much of a battle, but there could be one brewing very, very shortly. I believe it's Jerome that is trying to catch him, and they are. Jerome eating through his ERS, currently on 2%. Josh still got 30, so Josh sitting in a very, very comfortable position. Commiserations to everyone who tried catching Sudowoodo. The little bugger got away. Right. Any interesting battles going on? There seems to be a battle between a Haas and a Alpine, which it's a blue flagged car and a racing car, unfortunately. Pretty spaced out at the minute. Just 12 of our 19 drivers still going at it. To be fair, they're all winners because they've given up their evening. Stefano, on the other hand, sets a new fastest lap, 1 minute 18.8. Still, there's no surprise there, to be fair, though. Let's face it, he's got softs.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm acting surprised. Then again, all it takes is another safety car to pop up, and it's going to be a mental third act to what's been a great show so far.
Yeah, it's been action-packed throughout. Thanks to all the drivers for participating. Whether you're still in it or not in the race, thank you.
Yeah. Obviously, this was done at last minute. You boys answered the call. You stepped up. Like I said, this was open to all tiers. We didn't just go, nope, tier 1 only, tier 4 only. It was for everyone in the Cone community, whether they be a head admin, an admin, a steward, whatever. It was open for everyone to do. And these boys stepped up and went, you know what? I want a piece of it. But hopefully, yeah, like I said earlier, hopefully we can do this again at some point. Maybe we'll see some new faces. Who knows? AFL, we may see you racing.
Don't know about that. I selected to race tonight, and then literally 10 minutes after I selected it, I was like, you know, nah, I'll do comms instead.
No, you did, to be fair. And to be fair, it's been good doing comms with you, to be fair. We've got that energy. To be fair, because obviously we've raced as teammates, obviously, and then in this last season just gone, despite us not being teammates, we were just me and you in our own little private party together.
Yeah.
Obviously, we had that bump in Austin.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. We only had that one bump, let's face it. And it wasn't a major one, because neither of us found it necessary to report it, because it didn't cost much. But,
yeah, I think my race was pretty much ruined anyway, so I didn't really care what happened at the end of it, to be honest.
Well, it's not one of my favourite circuits either, to be fair. What's it called? It is...
Do you like Kota? The Kotas are nice. It's one of those you need a lot of rhythm.
Yeah.
Because you get one corner wrong and that's the lap done pretty much. So you can carry good rhythm throughout, especially that first sector.
Well, Danielle's right to put in the comments what she's done. Oh, Mark, indeed. He does pick up another penalty, unfortunately. So as it stands, Mark Wilson currently has 20 seconds of penalties. But, like I said, he jumped in at the last minute to fill the numbers. I think he's just happy to race, to be fair. But, as it stands, Posh Josh will be our winner if it ended as it did. Jerome will be runner-up, and Nathan will be in P3. But still a lot to play for. We've still got a while to go yet, so there's no point saying who's going to win and who's not. Because for all we know, Josh might go, you know what, I fancy a new pit lane here and plough it for a wall.
Yeah, it was last minute. We were just about to eat our dinner, face with tears of joy.
See, that's dedication right there. Danielle's just put that they were about to eat their dinner, and Mark's gone, oh, I'm sorry, honey, I'm going to go race. That's commitment from the Tier 4 champion. Oh, dear. Obviously, Danielle, I'm sorry if we put you off your dinner, but the man knows that Sundays should be... Oh, hang on, Mark. Corner cutting. Come on, mate, you're better than that. I don't know if he's thinking that maybe my race is over. I certainly hope not, but it's understandable with 20 seconds worth of time penalties. The grid is currently spaced out around the grid at the minute, to be fair. No real battles going on at the moment, unless you count.
I've been watching Dragon versus Carl, to be honest. Even though they're a lap down, it's been quite interesting. Fair play to them as well for carrying on.
Let's jump on board with these two then. for the time being.
Yeah, give them some love.
Like I said, Carl unfortunately got a bit screwed in the pit lane from a glitch from EA and Codemasters. Thanks for that, Codemasters. But I think it's safe to say that when this race is over, a lot of the boys are going to be... Oh, we've got a yellow flag.
Yellow flag.
Who's that for?
Sector 3.
It's not Stefano. I think it's his teammate.
Could be your own.
I think it was for your own. And it was for your own.
Yeah, he lost quite a bit of time to Josh.
Josh now in a very, very, very comfortable position. Still no time penalties. 50 laps into this Grand Prix. Fair play to him. I wouldn't have had no penalties. I'd probably be in Mark Wilson's position right now, to be fair. Harry Palmer, speaking of penalties, Harry Palmer picks up another time penalty there. I think at this point the boys are just desperate to get the race finished. They have been now racing since 8 o'clock. We are now 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame him, to be fair. He's done the right thing, though. He's come into the pit lane.
Yeah.
And he's... what I am going to do is, though, because I know he wants to go and have his tea probably, or spend a bit of time with Danielle, but I hope you do continue to watch the race. What I am going to quickly do is I'm going to quickly send Mark Wilson an invite, see if he wants to quickly talk us through his race, down from, obviously, Paddock Row, and we'll go from there. I've got to find him now on my friends list. Apologies for anyone watching. I don't know if you can see it or not. There it is. Right, bum. Right, let's get him added. There we go. We've added him to the chat. So, obviously, a bit of an interruption there for anyone that was watching. Obviously, I can see it on my Twitch screen. But we are back to normal. Hopefully, Mark, you do obviously pick up. And we'll go from there. So, and then there were 11.
We can talk about our Tom personally. He's still in it, P9.
He's going to be getting my driver of the day at this rate, to be fair.
Yeah,
Like I said,
that's fair.
didn't come in confident.
Yeah.
Was expecting to be out early doors. Went out in Q1 of qualifying. However, he's sitting P9. Now, in an actual race, he'd be picking up 2 points. Obviously, Cone do award their points a bit differently.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Doing a great job.
hopefully Danielle is still
Mark if he would like a quick chat.
watching. Put a comment into the chat box. But no, Danielle, of how Scott described her, was our 13th driver. Not 13th driver, our 21st driver on the grid, Tier 4. Constantly cheering Mark on. To be fair, cheering everyone on. She's cheered. Obviously, she cheers for Mark, because being partners, you would. But still gives a lot of support. Always regularly watching on a Monday. Always commenting. Always. And then obviously right at the very end of the league, had a quick chat with me, DC, and Scott right at the very end. So it was lovely to put a voice to a name. But like I said, the show must go on. 11 drivers remain, and it is approaching the last stage of this race. They must be tired. They must be aching. And Josh, who's got an injury on his foot, because on his rig, his foot essentially went through his rig and tore his foot in half, is currently leading the Grand Prix.
Yeah, I saw that. Couldn't actually believe that. It was ridiculous.
No, it was very, very
As he
nasty.
come upstairs, he said he's knackered. He's going to bed face with tears of joy.
No, that's absolutely fine, Danielle. For me, and I'm going to speak for both of us, me and AFL, thank Mark for from the pair of us, and tell him I'll catch up with him at a later time. He's put in a very, very big effort. Like I said, jumped on at the last second, and it lasted 50 laps of the Grand Prix, to be fair. Right then, let's take a look to see if there's any more battles going on. So we do have a bit of a battle going on with Mark Wilson's teammate Christopher and Stefano. I think this will be where we should be hanging out for the time being for now.
Yeah. Stefano on those soft tyres. Wonder how much life he's taken out of them with those fastest laps.
Well, the thing is, though, obviously you race it in those hard tyres for long enough, you do get a second
Yeah,
wind, and they essentially turn into softs. So the question is,
yeah.
has Chris managed to do that? Well, we'll soon find out. Just 10 laps to go of this Grand Prix. Josh has a very comfortable lead of nearly 9 seconds over his rival, Jerome. Nathan battling it to try and catch up as well, but he's not too far behind.
Also, he has 3 seconds worth of pens, whereas your own has 9 seconds. So
And then
Nathan currently in a net P2.
And that's where Duwil and Christopher will come in, both also with
Yeah.
no seconds of penalties. Hobbsy could even still potentially come into play here. There is a yellow flag as I speak, and that's Harry Palmer out of this Grand Prix. He's done well, he's damaged, and he's out of this race. Well done, Harry. You lasted 52 laps out of 63.
Safety car.
Do proud, and that is a late game safety car. We was asking it for Carl and Dragon. They've got their wish. Now the question is, do they go round once more, get themselves unlapped, and then pit, which any logical person would do?
Yeah,
Which they are doing.
How far back they are.
Now this is where things get spicy, people. If you are currently watching this,
Loudly crying face.
you did really well, Harry. To be fair, you did really, really well. Like I said, it was a big ask from all our drivers today to be doing 63 laps on a race and then 3 sessions of qualifying. So you've done well, mate. You've done really, really well. However, then there were 10.
Got to sprint to the finish now.
Well, a lot of these, if not all of these boys, should all be coming in for new softs. It is going to be a sprint race to decide who will be the Imola Charity Grand Prix champion. Obviously, we don't.
Got our wish.
We did get our wish. A late game safety cars. There's only safety car 3 out of 5. Obviously, the game is programmed where you can only have 5 safety cars a race. So, to be fair, to have as little safety cars as what we've had, I mean, this is on par with some of the races we've had with just 50% races.
Yeah. Obviously, commiserations to Harry. Done a great race.
He's done a fantastic race, and anyone that... Obviously, Harry does get a lot of stick in the chat from a lot of us. But to be fair to him...
He's held his own tonight.
He's held his own. He's a good lad. He puts it... He takes it on the chin. And he's always there. So, honestly, Harry, well done, mate. You've done well. But, you're out. So, anyway, moving on. 10 drivers remain. 2 AlphaTauris, 1 Alpine, 1 the only prancing horse, which is Atom, 1 Silver Arrow, 1 Red Bull, and 1 McLaren and 1 Haas.
Oh, there seems to be a glitch again in the pit lane with Carl.
Oh, Carl, not again. I think Carl's got a glitch. Well, like you said,
Yeah.
Carl. Oh, hang on, I think he's getting himself going. Right, he's getting... Carl just appears to be getting stuck. It's the same place as last time, but at least he's out this time, so it'll give him a chance to catch up.
Luckily he's made it out just in front of the pack.
Well, anyone that is playing along with the Pokemon game, those pass has appeared in the wild. You do have 90 seconds to catch it, so catch it while you can. Obviously, winners do get notified. It's not guaranteed catch, it's just something to play along with, to keep you all something to do. However, every driver but Atom has pitted. Atom has remained out on his 10-lap-old mediums.
95, you don't own that ball.
Interesting.
Extension to see your items.
My only concern is the guys at the back, Carl and Dragon, will they make it round, catch the safety car?
Well, we'll find out in a second. There is not many laps left to go of this Grand Prix. Obviously, it's still full yellow flags due to safety car conditions. So far, AFL, obviously coming towards the end of this race, 9 laps to go. Driver of the day for you so far?
I have 2. Obviously, Tier 4, Atom doing great in P8. And I think Posh Evans as well has done a great job.
Yeah, Josh starting from that. It was P15 he started, if I remember correctly, or around about P15.
Yeah.
And to make his way now up to first.
No Sepus has been
Nathan's up
Lola
12 positions as well.
race.
Yeah.
So,
Gain
shout out to
500
those three as well. I think
it in all night
any of those three
face.
are my vote for driver of the day. What about you?
Well, like you said, if I could, I'd give it to everyone. Because they've all... It's been a big ask.
Thanks for hosting this, guys.
If I had to choose, obviously Atom definitely gets a vote for driver of the day.
Yeah.
He's answered the call. He's, like I said, he got his first podium last Monday. So for him to then go, you know what, I'm going to step it up a notch and go for a full quali, full race. It just backs up what I said on stream on Monday for CRL. Are we seeing the beginning of the Atomic era? It's a possibility. He's holding his own against Tier 3, Tier 2, and Tier 1. He's currently 8th. Yes, okay, a lot of people have DNF'd behind him. However, if you look at the list of people that he went up against, the man should have been out a lot earlier.
Yep.
So, for that reason, Atomic does get a vote for me for driver of the day. Another person that I'm impressed with, like Josh, he's done really, really well. But then again, Dragon and Carl, because of that glitch that screwed him.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me.
Take this opportunity during the safety car to say big shout out and thanks to Spider AFL, Nathan and the other admins for.
No, thank you, Topher. It means it does mean a lot. Like I said,
yeah, everybody's gonna catch up now.
Yeah, so
Carl's now coming up.
It's gonna be a mad dash to the end. Oh, who was that? Is that Jerome?
Jerome, yeah, Jerome.
He drops down to P7. However, it will be Josh that leads us on the safety car restart. So obviously they can't get racing until the safety car has come up, and then Josh gets full control over the pact. We are gonna have 7 laps of racing to take us to the checkered flag here in Imola for this, what's been a very action-packed E-League, well, not E-League, E-Charity stream for F1.
Yeah, back this too. Been great having one last final race on this game.
Josh gets us on the road.
Fully have enjoyed racing, and unfortunate to have.
Well, Josh doesn't really hang about. He's gone. Nathan, on the other hand, is obviously now up to P2. DeWill in P3. As it currently stands, it should be Josh, Chris, and DeWill on the podium purely because Nathan's penalty, which will be a shame on Nathan because he's had a fantastic race, to be fair.
Yeah. But see if he can break the gap to the guys behind and still be able to get that penalty.
Let's find out. Topher has said that Harry did say, I do apologise, Harry, if I've missed that comment. Rain is apparently on the way for the final part of this race.
Oh, God.
Now, is the rain going to hold off, or can these boys get to the line before it starts, or is it just going to come out of nowhere?
I mean, if you wanted to be on the tyre right now, if it rains, then it would be fresh off. So, yeah, they're probably on the correct tyre if it doesn't rain too hard. Hopefully it doesn't rain. But
no, hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it holds off.
Yeah, but then that could be the the final spice remedy that we need.
Well, I'm just on board with Stefano at the moment, who's having a battle with DeWill for the battle for P4. Stefano gets round. DeWill keeps the position. There is small contact, and it does allow the other Williams and the AlphaTauri to come into play as well. We are going to have a bit of a battle as we go down to turn 2, which is Tamburello. Oh, it's 4 wide potentially as we go down. Who's it going to be? Stefano in P4, Jerome in P5, DeWill into P6. And that was a little bit of a battle going there into such a tricky chicane.
Yeah,
Jerome loses it and drops to P9. He's lost his wing. And that could potentially put the end to Jerome's race. He's had such a good race to begin with. Hobbsy now up to P5 as they come round into Tulsa. But Josh, the biggest winner still with no penalty times against his name, keeps the lead of the Imola Grand Prix.
Hobbsy as well, no penalties. And DeWill as well.
Speaking of penalties, Dragon on Speed picks up another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Like I said, it was a big ask of these boys, but a few of them have managed to nearly complete a full Grand Prix with no seconds of penalty, and that itself is something to be proud of. That means they may have had maybe a couple of warnings, but they have gone around this track and not put a single hair out of line. DRS is now enabled as we have 5 laps of racing to bring it home. Nathan is trying to get past Josh, and if he can get past Josh, then he just needs to get 3 seconds out in front. Nathan will have the DRS advantage when they come down into turn 19. It's going to be a little bit of an interesting battle.
Yeah. See how Hobbsy's getting on. He may be in a shout of a podium.
Now, is it me, or does it look like it's starting to rain in the second sector of the track, or is my eyes playing tricks on me?
I think your eyes are playing tricks on you, mate.
Wouldn't be the first time, I suppose.
Do
Anyway.
I see rain falling?
See, Topher's even said the same thing. Maybe my eyes aren't playing tricks on me. Maybe we are going to have a bit of a wet race to end this Grand Prix.
Oh, Stefano with a dive. That's a good move. Maybe a bit of contact there.
I missed it,
Not
unfortunately.
sure who's going to get the DRS.
Well, let's take a look.
Oh, both got it. But Chris has more ERS to play with. Goes on the outside into turn 2. Is he going to keep the position? Great. Oh, bit of contact.
Oh, that's going to be... That's not good for Stefano. Jerome picks up a 5-second time penalty. These boys are trying to mad dash to the finish line. It'll be interesting to see what's going on. However, Nathan has got round Josh. Now, what he needs to do in these last 4 laps is build a 3-second gap. It can be done. He just now needs to concentrate for these last 4 laps. DeWill picking up a 3-second time penalty as well as his first time penalty. So just 3 drivers without time penalties, which is Josh, Hobbsy, and Christopher. We've got a yellow flag, and I believe that is for Drago. Who is it that's got... Who is that? Is that the Red Bull? Who's the blue?
Possibly could be for your own. I think your own has... Or Jerome, sorry.
Jerome, yeah, he has. He's called it.
Retired,
Time, yeah, he's called it. So, I'm going to stay on board now with Nathan and Josh, because this is where our main battle is to decide who's going to win the Imola Grand Prix. Let's take a look. So, currently, 1.2 seconds separates Nathan and Josh. Both on 7-lap-old softs. Chris has also called it a day in the pits. And then there was 8. We started with 19. 11 have called it a day. And just 8 remain. One of which is Atomic. He said he wanted to put on a show, to be fair to him. I mean, he told me that he shows his mates, obviously, his races. Which is what we love to hear. I mean, it's something to be proud of, let's face it. I mean, you're in a league. Obviously, some people will find it, oh, you're racing 10 cars around a track. It's more than that, to be fair. We've got a nice little community here in Cone. Everyone always trying to help each other, always trying to push each other to the maximum. And it's not too... I'd say we've got a good little community, to be fair. I mean, I'm only part of Cone. I mean, I have done the odd race elsewhere. But none of them felt as cozy as Cone.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have now got 2 laps to go. Nathan has built a 2-second gap between him and Josh. He just needs to find another second in these last 2 laps. And Nathan will be our Imola Charity Grand Prix winner. Can he do it? He's currently looking at least a second place. At least. because he's got 4.8 seconds between him and Stefano. 2.3 seconds now between Nathan and Josh. This is where the battling's going to be coming down to. I don't know if you're watching any of the battles down in the backpack. I think I'm going to jump on board now and have a look, see what's going on between Hobbsy and Dragon. Dragon, one of the drivers, along with Carl, that were caught up in that glitch, have now managed to find themselves in 4th and 5th, respectively.
Yeah, fair play to them.
Nathan 2.4 seconds now in front of Josh. He just needs to find 0.6 of a second in these last 19 turns.
He needs to go absolutely ham this last lap.
Well, I'm going to jump on board with him now. He's
I'll
got...
keep an eye on the rest.
Josh and Nathan both have hardly any ERS between them. 2.6 seconds between them, and it is rising. Nathan's tyres appear to be working better than Josh's. 2.8 seconds now.
Oh, God.
It's just so close. Nathan has got just a few, 2.8, 2.7. Josh is desperately just... All Josh has got to do is just keep this gap. And Josh will be our Emilia Grand Prix winner. 2.9! It's going to come down. It's 3 seconds. This is now what Nathan was waiting for. Halfway through his final lap. Into Mahalia. Coming up to Alta. It's 3.1 seconds. I think Josh, unfortunately, has lost it at the last bit. Going through Alta as he now makes his way down to Ravaza.
Two corners
It's
to go.
3.1. 3 corners left to go. 2 corners left to go. Nathan has come back out of nowhere with a 3-second time penalty. 3.1 seconds, and he crosses the line to be the Imola Grand Prix charity winner. Josh brings it into P2. Who's going to be P3? And it's Hobbsy that brings it in to be P3, and that will be our top 3. And Adam coming in at a P8.
Yeah, solid race there from Adam.
To be fair, a solid race from everyone that has raced today, no matter where they finished. Dragon and Carl not giving up. But that will be your Emilia Grand Prix charity stream. What a race. What a stream. The stream doesn't end there. On the other hand, we will be bringing, obviously, our top 3 hopefully in for interview. Oh, and rightfully earned from the Haas driver. Nathan picks up.
Fair play. What a finish.
Yeah.
Obviously, commiserations to Josh as well.
Well,
What a fantastic race there from Nathan.
what probably will be the last Pokemon has appeared in our chat, and Meowth has appeared. 90 seconds to catch it, so go for anyone that is playing. However, just to rattle it off, Nathan wins the Imola Grand Prix charity stream. Josh picks up a P2 right at the very end, and Hobbsy in P3. Stefano P4, DeWill P5, Carl in P6, Dragon P7, Atom in P8, and that is the last of our finishers. Only 8 drivers finished the race. However, a big shout out to all 19 drivers. I don't know if you want to try and invite Josh and Hobbsy for me, AFL, and we'll...
I think Nathan's just done that.
Yep, Nathan has done that. Big shout out. Nathan has joined the chat. Nathan, we'll come to you right at the very end of our interviews, obviously being the winner of the Grand Prix. We'll see if Hobbsy and Josh do join, and then we'll go from there. Obviously, let's take a look to see obviously how many tyres we used. Nathan only using 3 set of tyres, 1 of each. Josh did a 4-stop. Not too bad. Obviously, Nathan's 15th on the grid. Obviously, 15th on the grid? Yeah, 15th.
Yeah, P15.
Not too bad, to be fair, but a massive shout out to Atomic. Obviously, 18th on the grid to finish 8th. He'll be happy with that. Hobbsy joins the chat, so we're just going to wait to see if Josh joins, and then we will crack on with...
Meath has been caught by Lola_red_.
Jess manages to catch the last of the Pokemon by the looks of it. That probably will be for tonight's stream. All these incidents. Look at you all. Look at all. Oh, it's pit stops. There we go. Here's the incidents. Look at all of you with these incidents. Ah, it's a good job this is not E-League. Stewards will be having a field day. Look at this. Look at you all. Nah, but you put on a show, and that is all we can ask for, to be fair. Right, how do I get out of this? Because it's not giving me an option to leave the session. I've got race director.
Yeah, I have that as well.
Oh dear. Right, so we're just waiting on Josh to join, who's obviously our P2 winner. Oh, you're here. Oh, you snuck in, didn't you, mate? Didn't even notify me, unless I was not looking the right way. Anyway, right, we're going to start with Hobbsy. Hobbsy, P3, mate, after what is a extremely long session of racing.
Yeah, I don't know how I managed it, to be fair. I just stayed penalty free and obviously jumped, I think it was 3 positions at the end. So, I mean, it weren't the best race for me. I was losing on the curve, but yeah.
But no, like you said, you're walking away penalty free in 100% race. So
yeah,
it's got to be something you're proud of, regardless.
Oh, yeah. I'm happy with it. Shame I couldn't do that in the season.
We were saying that, what's it called? Not obviously about you, but obviously during obviously a 50% race, obviously, which we're all used to. Obviously, penalty, but you've just done double that length and a full quali on top of it, penalty free. So,
yeah,
massive well done, mate.
I'd have happily taken a P3 before, so yeah, I'm happy.
No. Question is, would you do it again?
Oh yeah, definitely. I enjoyed it.
That's what we want to hear. Honestly, Hobbsy, like I said, you answered the call, you signed up to join, and you you did it.
Well,
That's the
here I
main
am.
thing.
Yeah.
Exactly, you crossed the line. You're one of 8 drivers that managed to cross the line, so fair play to you, buddy. Right, moving on now to P2. Josh, what a race. It just slipped away from you right at the very end, mate.
Nothing I could do, really, but it was good fun. I was gutted because I'm on 202, so I thought I was going to have a fucking cheap tariff, sorry. But no.
It's one of those that just slipped away from you right at the very end.
I had a glitch. I picked balance at the start. I saved a set of fresh softs in Q2, and for some reason in the race they gave me 3 sets of mediums and didn't give me that softs. So on the last stint, you probably saw on the MFD, but I was on like 35% from the start. So I knew it was going to be tricky, but yeah, it was good fun.
I say Nathan just slipped away from you right at the very end there. But the question is, like we said to Hobbsy, would you do it again?
Yeah, on a cooler day maybe.
Obviously, for those that are watching that obviously don't live inside the UK at the minute, we are in the middle of a mini heat wave, is what it's being classed as. So I hate to think how I'm sweating just watching. I don't know about you, AFL.
No, I'm all good, to be honest. I'm all right.
It's nice for some. It's nice for some. But
And Rob,
yeah.
Rob, I've got blood on my sock. I've opened up my cut from today, so.
Oh. We even said on stream that you picked up an injury from previously in the week.
I didn't
Hopefully,
feel it. It's all good, but.
That's fair enough. So long as obviously you're not in pain, mate. That's the main thing. Obviously, I don't want you injuring yourself just for the sake of entertainment.
I've done 150 laps at Imola since yesterday. Did a charity race with a bunch of Frenchies yesterday, and then did this as well. So.
Well, I'm assuming then now that's the end of your F1 22 career now.
I'm done with this game. If I had it on disc, I'd have two parts of discs because I wouldn't be keeping it in a box. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, don't blame you. AFL, anything to add on for our P3 and P2?
No, nothing. Just want to say thank you to the guys for racing tonight. Much appreciated. All the guys that took part tonight as well. Whether you finished the race or didn't finish, thanks for racing. Much appreciated.
And
Cheers for
everyone
your time
watching as
you
well.
two.
And everyone watching as well. However,
Yeah.
there can only be one winner. And he fought it off to the very end, even with a 3-second time penalty. It is Mr. Head Admin himself. It is one of the founders of Cone. It is Mr. Nathan in the Haas to bring it home for the 100% Emilia Grand Prix charity. Nathan, talk us through it, mate.
I appreciate the introduction. Yeah, just a wild race. I'm sweating a lot. I need a shower after this. But yeah, it was a good race. I really enjoyed it.
It looked like at one point, obviously with that late game safety car, did you feel as if the chances for a podium had just gone, or did you just get your head down and go, you know what, I can do this? Obviously, you proved that you could do it, but what was going through your head with that last safety car?
Well, I was really hoping for one, because just to make it more fun and like just to battle with, because I was kind of in my own. I was battling ghost cars basically first like 10 laps. No, I didn't really think about like a podium. I thought I'd keep the podium, but I didn't think I'd get a race win. It was obviously very lucky that Josh had that glitch. Otherwise, I wouldn't have won. So I had that kind of going for me.
Nope, you did well. Well, obviously, I'm a man to my word. You won the Emilia Charity Grand Prix, and your prize will wait for you. I don't know if you're with O2 at the moment or not.
I was actually going to say Josh can have it if he wants, because he said he's on O2, and I'd be more than happy to give it to him, because he also deserved to win.
As the winner, you can
Cheers
keep it
for
for
that.
yourself or
Appreciate
give
that.
it to someone. Josh, we'll talk at a party at a later time, mate, and I'll tell you how it works, and then we'll go from there on that. But no, Nathan, honestly, all three of you, massive congratulations. It's a big ask what we've asked you to do today. You've done a full session of qualifying. You've done a full session of racing. Josh has hurt himself again. But no, honestly, boys, well done. Obviously, a big shout out to Atomic one last time. The tier 4 boy that went in feeling nervous,
Legend.
and he finished 8th.
Legend. Oh, thank you to both of you as well for commentating.
Yeah.
No worries, mate.
Bloody
Oh
long.
no, anytime. It was such a good race to commentate over, and I don't know how Crofty does it.
Yeah, but they sat in a room with AC and bloody. They got their own draper that brings them coffee every 2 minutes. We ain't got that.
There's a reason why I bought a 4-pack of Monster in anticipation for today's race, mate. I've been drinking Monster all this race, but no, boys, honestly, all three of you, well done. AFL, honestly, thank you so much for joining me on commentating
worries,
that.
mate.
Couldn't have done that
Anytime.
without you. But that is it for this stream. Big shout out to everyone who's watched. Danielle for watching along. Jess for keeping my son in check, and obviously putting that link in the chat. Obviously, if you scroll upwards, you will find the link. Obviously, do if you can or if you want to, if you do find it in your heart to donate to the Imola Relief Fund, please do. Obviously, I'm going to be on payday, even if it's not a lot. £1 really can make a difference to someone's life who's been affected in Imola. Whether we do this again, who knows? You could find us here in a month's time in F123. You could find us here in a year's time, and we make us. We don't know. It's all up in the air. But I'd be down for hosting it again, whether I race or not. Different question. But you can catch everyone here racing in CRL for your entertainment in Season 9 when it pops back up for F1 2023. Don't know when that'll be, but it'll be when the new game releases at some point, obviously. Jacob's and Scott have already put in the chat at some point how to sign up if you are interested in CRL. It is a PlayStation League at minute. Who knows, in the future, if crossplay sorts its life out, you could find yourself racing against Xbox, PlayStation, PC, whatever. But I'm waffling here at minute. AFL, have you got anything left to add, mate?
No, you pretty much summed it all up. Just want to say again, massive thank you to everybody for tonight, for watching, for racing, all the donations, all the little bit of fun we had in the Discord as well as the Twitch. Thanks for everybody for their little bits of comments and stuff like that. It was much appreciated tonight.
Yeah, big. Obviously, all my new followers that I've got on Twitch. Obviously, you didn't have to. It is appreciated when it comes to helping me. When it comes to obviously my affiliate on Twitch, Obviously, those that have played along with the Pokemon game, which is in the chat as well, big thank you as well. But that I'm going to round it off here, saying thank you to the 19 drivers that we've had, thank you to my co-host, and thank you to those at home that have watched. You can catch my stream every Monday when I'm racing for CRL. So if you do want to continue to see how badly I drive, you know where to find me. But I think I speak for all of us here saying that's enough. So it's a goodbye from me. It's a goodbye from AFL.